Welcome to Sweden, a little bit of breeze and otherwise a nice dry day ready for the 5th round of the championship, and the Karlskoga circuit is going to provide a good challenge for the boys this weekend. Part of the Scandinavian Open meeting, and the team's working hard, getting ready for their race on this 1.5 mile circuit. Let's take a look at what awaits them today. Here's a look at the circuit. As I say, 1.5 miles, 10 turns will keep the drivers in check. The facility built back in 1949 when it was a dirt track, and it's the oldest permanent racing facility in Sweden. We're going to take a quick look at a lap at high speed with Peter Linden on the Berrics. Here's Peter then, coming down the main straight, the longest, fastest part of the circuit. And the first thing that greets them at the end of the main straight is the Trossen curve. Sweeping right-hander, Peter doing a grand job getting us around there. Opens up just a little bit, so short straight, maybe an overtaking opportunity here into the first part of the S's. Right-hander, sweeping right, over to the left again, left-hander here. And then we get eventually onto a little bit of straight. This is effectively the first part of the back straight once we're out of the S's. Look at the right-hand kink here. This is Velodrome Bend we're into now. That's the outside of the original cycle velodrome, which was taken away some years ago. Short straight again, power down towards, we're coming down towards the hairpin. This is the hairpin here. Straighten up out of the hairpin. Now we're into a relatively flowing twisty section, which will take us back round to paddock curve. Left-hander there, paddock curve's a right-hander. We're turning into that now. And very nearly at the end of that. Look how this corner goes on. Get the exit right for here, and maybe you're looking at an overtake down the main straight. Here we come then, out of paddock curve, down the main straight, and that completes 1.5 miles of Karlskoga. Let's talk to the circuit owner, Mike Clough.
Well, our track is, all the tracks in Sweden have a problem with the environment problems. So for us, we was looking at something which would get us a good way with the environment people. And Morris, we was with him at the exhibition in Stockholm, and we thought, yeah, this could be good for us. So we got in contact with the TTX people, and they were interested. So we said, yeah, let's do it. Well, definitely, we're looking at maybe trying to do a bike together with Peter Linden next year. He's got a bike already, which he's developing, and it obviously costs a lot of money. So if we can do another bike and maybe share the costs, it'll be much easier for everybody. We'd like to do it next year. We'd like to definitely do another race next year. So I hope we'll be involved in that with Shamoon and them. And well, that's basically it. If it's good, we'll be there on the start line with a bike next year.
Well, it's sunny out here today, which is great conditions, and the riders very much looking forward to their race here at Karlskoga.
It's a cool little circuit, actually. It's not the longest of tracks, but there's quite a lot crammed into what's here. Loads of little crests, elevations, bumps. It's quite quirky, quite tricky. Some really tight hairpins, some quite slick bits as well. But you know, I like it. It's a nice little track. It's good fun.
It wasn't any practice on Friday because we have 2 broken engines in our bike. So we rebuilt the engines and the battery pack. Not a lot of sleep, but finally on time practice on Saturday morning when we thought we should go out, it just had poof in everything again. We burnt the electric system, start working again, and we missed all the time practice. But these guys who I'm racing with are really friendly, so they said that you can go out after every other practice session and do a few laps, which I really appreciate, because otherwise we should stand with no knowledge at all about the bike was working. So we went out late on Saturday evening on the circuit. The circuit owner is very friendly and did 10 laps, and well, we will be in the race for sure, but we don't have the fastest bike. It's embarrassing slow, but we will do our best.
Yeah, I'm start racing in '98 for 2 years with just for rookie, and then I ride for Yamaha from 2000 to 2003, and then start with it was 600. Then I begin at Suzuki. I ride the 600 for Suzuki in 2004 to 2006, and I be champion. Then I switched to 2000, and I made many race victories here. So I want to do a race victory today, but I think it's hard to beat, especially two bikes here.
Bikes on the grid ready then, and it's Matthias Himmelmann who starts on pole position for Munch Racing. Ho Chi Fung next to him, Mikael Nielsen third, then it's Tang Yu and Peter Linden. You'll notice the absence of Dave Hallett on the grid. Dave is at the meeting, as you saw in the interviews, but had a problem in the wet qualifying, a little crash, and sadly the bike not able to make the start despite being loaned parts by Zongshen, which I know the team were very, very grateful for. Lights out. Away we go, cracking start from Ho Chi Fung, who gets away really well, but Matthias Himmelmann will get up to speed much, much quicker, going down into Trossen Curve for the first time. So we've got, once again, a pair of the Zongshens running second and third at the moment. Himmelmann gets away well, Ho Chi Fung in second position. They come up to Trossen for the first time. Those two already breaking clear of Tang Yu in third place, and it's down to Nielsen, Mikael Nielsen and Peter Linden to dice it out down towards the back. So it's Munch leading Zongshen at the moment. The championship leader, of course, is Matthias Himmelmann, the man on the white and blue bike leading this one. Ho Chi Fung down in fourth position, latecomers to the championship, didn't race at Silverstone, so Himmelmann gets away well. Himmelmann with 50 points coming into this round. Alessandro Brunetti second in the championship, not with us this weekend. Third in the championship, that's, well, we're looking at it from the bike point of view, the team point of view. It's Team Agni, who have raced with Dave Hallett and Mikael Nielsen. They're third in the championship on 40 points, and looking to overcome them this weekend, the Zongshen of Ho Chi Fung. They're coming up to the end of lap number one, out of paddock turn, and pretty good lead for Matthias Himmelmann. He's going to be very difficult to beat. We're going back to the battle for third place. Tang Yu leading that at the moment from Mikael Nielsen on the red machine. Then it's Peter Linden in blue. And back to the leaders once again. You can see Himmelmann, he's starting to build a little bit of a lead, but the Zongshen machine really coming pretty well indeed on lap two. So Munch are running okay at the moment. Zongshen, remember this is real developmental stuff. And both guys running real well. So Himmelmann, 41 years of age. Started off in motocross, European champion, 1999 Sport Bike Masters champion. Well known as a German racing driver, and the Munch bike running really, really well at the moment. Steel and aluminium is the chosen material for the frame of that bike. And let's go back and have a quick look, see how third place is getting on. It's still Tang Yu in third position, but Peter Linden getting very much closer at the moment to Mikael Nielsen. Just a couple of lengths between the two of them here on lap three. So this is good close stuff between these boys. Karlskoga, of course, Mikael Nielsen's first race with Karlskoga. First round of the year for them. Remember, we saw Peter racing at Assen, where he picked up 11 points, so it wasn't a bad result for him. But back with Matthias Himmelmann, who's got the lead, but it's not a huge lead at the moment. So as we get more and more bikes coming to this championship, the round's pretty much spread out across Europe. As you mentioned, Great Britain for round one, Spa for round two, Assen round three. We're in Sweden now. The final round is at Le Mans in France, so it's a really good spread of rounds. And now we've got Matthias Himmelmann starting to open up a wee bit of a lead over the 35-year-old Chinese rider Ho Chi Fung. So he's starting to get away. Out of paddock and down the main straight. Once again we go. So Tang Yu still running in third position. And that looks like he's pretty comfortable at the moment in third spot. Getting away a little bit now. Mikael Nielsen starting to get a little bit clear in fourth place, the 34-year-old Swede. Well, join us after the break to see the conclusion to round 4 of the European Championship.